Today we're going to go on a journey, a two-part journey, talking about Paper X, because today and tomorrow I'm going to make videos about Paper X and whether they are back. Now the first one we're going to take a look at is this game, the Paper X versus T1 game, because in this one we're not going to focus as much on Paper X because I want to talk about T1 and how they are frauds. Now I've been big on this train for a while, saying that T1, they won Masters Bangkok, they haven't been that good at any other point in the season, and this game really was worse than average. This was horrific, and there was a lot to get into with T1. Let's actually start with the map veto, okay? Because in this map veto, I think this is even roastable. Now, this is a bit hindsight Harry, but I don't care. Because here's the thing. They ban Icebox, that's perfectly fine, right? Paper X pick Fracture, it goes really well for them, right? They win 13-3. They absolutely destroy Paper X. Paper X look lost. It's awful from Paper X. And you're like, okay. T1 then pick Ascent. Okay? Now here's the thing about picking Ascent. They have not played Ascent this entire year. Haven't played it once. Okay? In fact, in most of the games, they have banned Ascent. In fact, they were still playing Icebox and they were first banning Ascent. And I can see some logic to this, right? It's a crucial playoff game. Paper X haven't seen us play Ascent at all, right? So they don't know exactly what we're going to do. But then we completely undo all of that, because what comp do we play? We play the meta comp from 2022, right? The comp that has been meta for like 4 years on Ascent. You're not surprising anyone with this. They don't need any VODs, because Paper X surely know literally everything that there is to do with this comp, because everyone does. They then get railed on Ascent and it looks awful. They then decide to play Lotus Map 3. Now, when they decide to play Lotus Map 3, this is the map that Paper X have actually looked good on in the games before this. They have won multiple games. As soon as they switched to this comp, it looked like they figured it out, right? This is a map where Paper X rolls look good, everything looks good. Meanwhile, your rolls make no sense. We'll get into this a little bit as well. They've got rolls that make no sense on this map, but they play into this map against Paper X, and they get absolutely rolled, and this is the map we're going to take a look at. Now, we're going to pick it up here at round number 5. It's already 4-0. I could show some of these 4 rounds because they are pretty bad as well. But I just think that there's worse. We're going to kick it off, actually, with this. This is the situation. It is a full buy for T1. They are forcing here. They have no money left in the bank. They have Breach Ult and Yoruult. We are coming off a timeout, okay? First thing I want to point out is my IGL on Breach has gone for a Guardian Light Shields and foregone some util. This is illegal. Buy a Bulldog and buy an Aftershock. This should already be absolutely illegal, okay? Second thing is, we are coming off a timeout, okay? You've got Breach Yoruult. With these 2 ults, there is a very easy call that you could do that would probably work decently well. And you know what that is? Just go C. If the Yoruult C, if they're there, Breach Ult them. If they're not there, Breach Ult post plant. Very, very simple call. Works very well for a lot of teams, right? However, as you can see by the map, they haven't gone for that. You might think, oh, well, the map is crazy. The round can't be starting anytime soon. The round is about to start. You might take a look at what Paper X are doing. And this is the thing. In this video, we are going to see some good Paper X. I have no idea. I mean, this is big balls, okay? This is big balls. Every single Paper X player is on A. This is the hardest read of all time. I have no idea. Maybe, again, I don't know whether it's amazing Paper X here and just gigantic balls and an amazing call. And whoever made it, congratulations. Or if T1 are that readable that after that timeout, you know that they have to go A. I don't know which one it is. Maybe it's probably a bit of both, to be honest, which again doesn't reflect great on T1. But let's take a look at how this plays out.
10 members on the server to the A side. All 5 on both sides. If this ain't counterplay, Clack. Flash going on.
Okay, so straight away you can see the advantage of having all 5 players on A. That is pretty good, generally, a lot of the time. And we do, again, you are going to see good Paper X in here, right? It's not just going to be a T1 flaming session, because this is quite good, right? That timing, you can just see this Euro Flash here bouncing off this. It's just going to creep past this Viper Wall, blind Meteor here. The Haunt is then going to land up here. There are a lot of Fade Haunts that T1 did not shoot in this game. On Ascent, they looked lost. They looked like they had no idea what Fade did. And you'll see here, it blinds Meteor. He's now blind. So he's spraying at this Fade Haunt that he knows roughly where it is, but he can't destroy it. Sylvan gets revealed, right? It's really good. The problem that we have here for T1 is what Sylvan is about to do next, because everyone else, perhaps rightfully, has decided there's too much, there's too much fire here. We're backing out, right? Especially when this paranoia comes in. Sylvan, for whatever reason, has completely the opposite idea and is going to TP here. I mean, he doesn't even get there. He actually dies before, but you can see the Omen outline here. I mean, look at how stupid that is. And, like, it's not 100% Sylvan's fault, because clearly that's the cold, coming off the timeout is, we're going to win this A fight. Let's go for it. Let's go. And Sylvan is just continuing with the plan, whilst everyone else isn't. But to have, like, so much disconnect between your team of one guy thinking, I'm going to TP here, and the rest of your team being like, nope. Like, obviously, that's not great. And then from here on out, T1 continue to look a bit lost, and just everyone go and try and make the play to save the round, and no one can.
Flash going over. Patman will be able to collect on the first. Blindside out from Buzz, but they have to back off.
And that's Sylvan down, right? So if you want to play with any smoke variety now, it's going to have to be on the back of Izu.
He wants this so bad. He has the Rolling Thunder, but wasn't quite sure. And something just takes full advantage of that situation.
Yeah, this is a bit of a shutdown around the A side, isn't it?
He's back in the safety as well. The drone. Buzz trying to play spoiler back in around. But you have Paper X just...
Okay, now let's skip ahead to round number 8 here. T1 are now on the board. They won the last round. And in this one, what we're going to see is Paper X are going to go for an aggro C play. So here they are with 3 players. You can see the Omen is also close by. We're going to get Jing blast packing up here with an Omen flash, really going for it. And so this is, I mean, let's start off with this, right? So this is the kind of where we are for T1 here. Is I mean, they've done like a heavy C push out, right? So yeah, we're going to speed up here and we're going to speed up here, right? These two had already decided to come this way, which is like, okay, so you're going to like speed up in both areas. You're going to come out towards A, you're going to trip the wall, and now you're actually in like a decent spot to kind of do a B split, right? Like you've put some pressure towards A, the Visal comes out, okay, you baited out that Visal. You're in like an okay spot to maybe like try this if you wanted to, right? But Meteor has decided to just go for it. And this is the thing, right? Like, this is Meteor. Like, this guy is not a Teo player, right? He's no util, just walked in on B and trying to take that timing, which is, like, that timing is somewhat there to be taken, right? Like, that's not a terrible decision in and of itself. But it's not often you see, like, your Teo leading the way, entering it onto the site whilst the rest of the map looks like this, right? It's not something that you often see, I would say. And you see it here that it's just, it's a little strange, right? So he's fully in already. He's then sending salvos out, but actually pushes Jing forward, right? Jing then decides to raise ult. And this is good by Jing. Again, it's good by Paper X to kind of, play at this speed, but like, you're playing against Paper X. If there's one thing about Paper X, it's that, like, trying to outspeed them, trying to go faster in thought than Paper X when they're playing well. Good luck, right? Like, good luck. That's generally not how teams, like to do against Paper X. And Meteor does manage to find a kill, but now he's completely isolated, and so he ends up dying there. So this is like a strange one where, we're just doing a lot at once. Essentially, right? We're doing a lot of stuff at once, right? We're pushing out here. We're seeing what's there. We're getting Vice ulted. We're pushing B then at the same time. Obviously, they've completely figured out C. There could be a threat of a flank as well. I mean, Buzz TP's back here. I mean, with the way this round has gone, again, like, he could die here, right? You think that Jing is, like, pushed out, like, you've heard maybe some C aggro. It's not unreasonable that Jing would be here. Right, and you just TP into your death. So it could have been even more embarrassing this round had it gone a certain way. But either way, we end up in a 3v3. And they do manage to find this kill here on A. And now we're in a 3v3 A post plant Let's see what T1 do.
If they can get this pit down as Izu, they might be able to hold this one off cleanly.
Rolling Thunder possibly by time. Stacks just trying to get the spike down first. And you do have something sneaking in on towards drop. He takes down Stacks.
And they know that he was in there as well. The timing.
Up, the Boombot might be able to spot even further. Jing then in for the sprays. He catches Buzz. Just Izu left. He might have to cover, but can he really keep himself alive? Petman alongside another player from the back. Izu stuck between a rock and a hard place. Tries to maneuver back in, on and around. He hears the hops behind. It buys the distraction on over. Poison Cloud's into safety. Off to the wayside, but it's something with the shorty to cut him down.
Okay, so Stacks is going to get the spike down just here. And, you know, he gets maybe a bit unlucky with the timing. You know, he's trying to get back. Something is there already in time, and they kill him, right? And I do think this is more good by Paper X, right? Buzz then puts himself in a position where, you know, he doesn't know which way to look. I still think 2v3, you can just play inside a Viper's Pit and feel pretty confident that you're actually going to have a decent chance to win. But when Buzz goes for the aggressive play there and dies, obviously then you're in a bad spot. But I like this by Paper X, right? This, again, is good Paper X. You know, not rushing it, essentially. You know, not just all ham-fisting it into the pit. Kind of taking their time, you know, going around the door, pushing Itsu into an uncomfortable position, and then ultimately managing to punish him here. So, right, so this is good by Paper X. And I think, you know, again, just showing in like a 3v3 situation that they were playing pretty well. Okay, let's just quickly come to the next round here, which is actually an eco for T1. I only want to just show two quick moments. One is this, right? If we just play this, because the thing is, that's just a kill with a nade, right? Now, one thing, again, we need to praise Paper X for is these combos that they were doing at the start of A, because, again, this Yoru flash completely blinds Sylvan. Right, he gets caught by this flash. You can kind of see his face here is already flashed, so he just ends up running forward, not knowing what's there at all. He's completely blind, straight into the nade, and dies, right? Jin gets surprised. He's like, what? But the other part that I just want to show is T1 then come in towards this B site just here, and they do manage to take the B site, despite Buzz, again, doing an A exec on his own. And I just want to show you this next moment just here. This why is this guy playing Teo? Someone. Okay, very next round as well. Round number 10. We are coming off our second timeout. Okay, so it's 8-1. We've taken both timeouts. Let's see how this round starts.
Right, an opening kill conversion with the one round that they've been able to find. So you'd almost think that they need to get another opener, and they just can't. Jing, very successful with the paint shells yet again, and Izu will fall too.
And it's the spams that do it all.
So yeah, again, you could argue, hey, this is good by Paper X, right? All the util that they throw out. This is the same Fade Haunt, though. I mean, this is the same one, right? On here that we've seen before, that we've been revealed by before. Fade gets played on Lotus all the time. And we're lost. We are lost in the source. And like, again, you could say nice util by Paper X. This is a pro team. This is a team that won a Masters getting cooked by a Fade Haunt with a flash. The same Fade Haunt with a flash. Over and over again. What?
Util's there. Flash over, maybe you TP into safety, but still Stacks not calling full in just yet. The trade's coming over though, thankfully with a salvo, so T1 finding some form of stability, but you still have Paper X hovering nearby.
Stacks and Meteor early ults. It'll buy them enough time, though, to actually talk in how they want to play this post plan.
Will it be enough? Meteor kicks things off with a singular kill. Jing then with a showstopper around the back. They have to react to this really quickly. Rolling Thunder to buy some space, and it does allow them to stay alive, but Meteor not able to come up with the goods. Paint shells to flash Stacks into a certain position where he's able to hold it down with the off angles, but Padman brings out the shorty. He dies!
Okay, so after getting absolutely destroyed on A, as we see T1 then come out towards C. I mean, they were already planning, I think, to come back towards C just based off the gate crash was here. Meteor was already out here. Arteo was already on C, so I think the plan was always to come back to C. They didn't decide to speed up into Yoru, which, again, they played way too fast in this game, just in general, because they're playing against Yoru, and something was just TPing across, and so you've got multiple players here. This time, they actually do, you know, a pretty decent job as we're entering onto the site. The thing, again, I want to point out here is, you know, they don't make any, like, a major mistake here with, like, what they do, right? They turn a 3v5 actually into a winnable situation, so they actually do okay. I just want to point out, again, that Stacks got his breach ult on round 4. This is the same breach ult. You might be mistaken thinking this is a second breach ult. No. This is the same breach ult. Remember that first round where they could have just ran C and your ult breach ulted on C? He still has that breach ult up. And when does he decide to use it? I would argue in maybe the worst spot you can, which is against a Raze ult, right? Because a Raze ult doesn't care about a breach ult at all. Actually, the Raze ult does miss, and Jinx still managed to get the kill because, you know, stuns are useless in this game. And then they managed to lose here. Patman does well, you know, to figure out to use the shorty, jumps around, hops around, and kills him. And it's another round lost for T1. And then finally, let's finish with round number 12 here. And in this one, now that they've used their breach ult, they decide, well, let's go C. You know, fine. Now that we've used our great tool for going C, now let's go to C now, right? Like that makes sense, right? So they're gonna do this C exec, right? And they're gonna come in here again. I just want to point out though. I mean, oh sorry, that's Paper X. They are going to get a Yoru ult here, right? So in just a second, Buzz is gonna farm that ult orb. He now has Yoru ult. Look at this exec. They do it without the Yoru ult. Which you might say is like, oh, well, that's good, right? They're saving it for a better situation. But what? Like how, what? Like, okay, it did work. Like, you know, it did work. But if we're talking about like, you know, the optimal way of doing this, that was not it, right? This guy should be Yoru ulting this, right? Or Yoru ulting something before this, because now what you're about to see is he's about to Yoru ult, and he's going to take himself out of the post plant, and Paper X are going to just ult spam them back, and he's busy running off here, telling them where they are, doing nothing.
Yeah, but I think something will have to go in first here. Make sure you're sniffing out who's going to be where for the team.
Oh, every single ult at the same time. T1 just completely in disarray. They're calling it Mayday. Where do we go? Meanwhile, Paper X says there's no return, pushing up front. Every single kill going through to them, and it's just Izu up by Mound. He's getting dinked up. He's low HP. The spike gets defused, and Patman.
Because that's the thing again. This round makes no sense from T1, right? When you're playing up against the ults that Paper X have, you can't just sit back here and, you know, get obliterated by all of them. And that's why doing the Yoru ult first and, like, you know, pressuring and, you know, like, if you Yoru ult and let's say we come down here, you know, Devi's going to have to retreat, you get some space. Or if you Yoru ult back here, you know, something's going to have to retreat and you're going to get some space off the back of it. And then it's like, oh, where do you fade ult now? Because, you know, we could be in here. We could be on the site. Like, you know, that would then create some, like, decisions for Paper X to make. Instead, they just go for, like, the Barry basic, you know, gold rank comp, like, you know, just sit on the site, play it completely normally as if Paper X don't have ults. And what do you think is going to happen here? Right? Like, what do you think is going to happen? Like, yeah, you're ulting. They're retaking now, son. So what he has to just, like, get out of his Yoru ult and just dies instantly.